Chuella. Spina. Shepherd. Oh, that was 6 to go. It's been touched in flight out to Prome. Prome gets a pass away to Mackay. Mackay gets it out there to Morris, and Morris is up the sideline. Steve Mortimer's there. He avoids Steve Mortimer, is tackled by him there. And the pass gets knocked over the sideline.
Excellent run by Steve Morris. He wrong-footed Stevie Mortimer, but to Mortimer's credit, he grabbed him by the ankles, and Chris Mortimer, who covered inside, knocking the ball in touch. And Canterbury with that sweeping defence of their back line, getting caught out wide on that occasion.
Scrum going down as it was knocked over the sideline. It's an Eastern Suburbs feed. Brendan Hall gets it away to Gary Prome, stands his ground and turns his back. Hall, Worth, McGahn, about 5 metres into the half. Worth running the blind side. He's made a good inroad there. Chuella. Not a Batiste. Batiste gets a pass away to Chuella again. Gilmeister, and there's a penalty, offside, right in front. Well, the crowd are setting up a law here. Steve Mortimer, 5 minutes in the sin bin for upending an Eastern Suburbs player there. Watch it again.
Laurie Speen is the man in question, racing for maybe a quick tap. Mortimer says, no, you don't. And that's one way to let your opposite number you're about. But on this occasion, Steve Mortimer, the loser, 5 minutes in the sin bin.
Moves in. And strikes it well. So Eastern Suburbs 2, Canterbury 0. Club. Bugden. Stephen Tunks showing a prop. Right on the halfway line. Lamb. The run around. The pass is out to Mortimer. Mortimer gets a pass back on the inside to Andrew Farah. Farah's going strongly, looking for support, gets a pass away to Lamb, and Lamb's in for a try.
Virtually coming out of nothing for Canterbury Bankstown, picking up a short blind side. The Bulldogs start to celebrate. Terry Lamb, the man again, picking up another try on the National Panasonic replay. Out it goes wide from Canterbury Bankstown. Great long ball from Terry Lamb. Found Chalice in no man's land. Andrew Farah was the man back on the inside. Now he had 2 options here. McPotter had too much pace inside for Danny Shepherd. That was the possibility under the post. Lamb was there. Gary Worth caught off guard as well. Chalice tried to make up for his earlier mistake, but he arrived too late to stop Terry Lamb, and the man regarded as probably the best support player in the game of rugby league. Andrew Farah positioning the man well here. Inside goes the ball, and Terry Lamb always on the spot. And another try yet again for the little 5'8".
Okay, so Canterbury Bankstown now lead by 6 points to Eastern Suburbs 2. Terry Lamb's going to do his best to make it 8-2. And the rain is really coming down, going to make it very, very difficult as this match gets further advanced. Lamb to kick. No, that's gone away to the left, so the score remains as it was. Canterbury 6, Eastern Suburbs 2. They're not getting anywhere. Chuella's at dummy half. Danny Shepherd back to Chuella. Chuella on to Gilmeister. Gilmeister goes straight. On to Spina. Spina sighted a hole in the ruck and he gets through it and it's gone to McGahn. McGahn's going to score! McGahn's in for a try underneath the posts. A beautifully worked move, and McGahn showed surprising pace to outdistance the defenders there and score.
On the National Panasonic replay, a magnificently worked move back into the centre of the ruck. Spina has been finding plenty of gaps up the middle. Canterbury, that's where their strength is in the forwards, but not tonight. Spina again finding a runner, this time the skipper Hugh McGahn, and he had too much pace for the Canterbury cover defence. Brilliantly brought back to the middle of the ruck by Laurie Spina. The Canterbury defence tried to get in between he and McGahn, but he took it right to the fullback, Michael Potter. McGahn had one look and said, nobody's going to catch me. I'm all set to level these scorelines just prior to the break. 6 apiece.
And the try was scored in injury time in the second quarter. There is the hooter. And the kick and goal from French will be probably able to unlock this score of 6-all. I said probably. Moves in, strikes it. It's successful. So at half-time, Eastern Suburbs have got in front of Canterbury Bankstown by 8 points to 6. Brad Tessman hanging over the top of him. There's a little grubber kick being put through there, and it's Tony Curry who scores, but he's been ruled offside. Tony Curry, and now we've got an Eastern Suburbs player down in back play. Well, they're starting to get a little bit restless here. Bugden and Truella having a bit of a snipe at each other there. Langmack's doing his best to pull Bugden out of it. And they're having a verbal argument now. Well, the referee's going to have the pair of them for 10 minutes each. Bugden and Truella, 10 minutes in the sin bin.
And quite interestingly, Hugh McGann, the Eastern Suburbs skipper, pulled Truella back to ensure that they didn't go off together and that there be no repeat of any clash with both players, although Bugden waiting for his opposite number now. Truella, and plenty to be said here.
The opportunity there to get the pass away, took the tackle. There's the grubber kick, they'll let that go. It should go over the dead ball line.
Now it's a try to Peter Mortimer.
Dear. The ball has gone across the across the goal line, into the in-goal area. It's been ignored by an Eastern Suburbs player. Watch it again.
The National Panasonic replay, a cross kick from Peter Tunks. The ball started to spin and come back into play. Everybody had given up on this. Wayne Chalice tried to kick at it. Peter Mortimer was the man that didn't give up. Dived over. A few moments ago, he had a try disallowed from a forward pass. But on this occasion, as Chalice kicked out, very reminiscent of only some time back at Henson Park when Glenn Frendo, in a similar situation, managed to kick the ball, kick at the ball in the in-goal area. On that occasion, the Eastern Suburbs were the ones to come up with it. Paul Langmack switches to the blind to Tunks, the man who's coming up with somewhat of a surprise kicking game tonight. Chalice, a major mistake, and Peter Mortimer right on the spot.
Well, I have a different view of that. Having watched it 3 times, I believe the ball touched the line. He's about 9 metres in from the sideline. 10 points to 8. Strikes it, and it's unsuccessful. So the score remains Canterbury 10, Eastern Suburbs 8.
Out there to protect this 2-point lead.
Yes, well, I couldn't agree more. He's one of the best players in the side. Laurie Spina goes straight, swung round in a tackle there by Donnelly. Out to McGann. McGann slings the pass to Melrose. Melrose is overrun by Slippery Morris, by David Smith, actually it was. Out to Morris now. Went down on one knee. He's tackled but not put down. Jarvis is the man. There's an overlap wide if they can use it. They can to Laurie Spina. Spina's got support on the outside. Gets a pass away to Wayne Chalice. Chalice goes through the line and goes round and scores. Well, there was a lapse there in the Canterbury defence out wide, and Eastern Suburbs have taken toll with a good 3/4 line movement. See it again.
Excellently called out wide by Eastern Suburbs. Great long ball from Tony Melrose. He was there looking to kick. The call came from his skipper, Hugh McGann, out wide. Laurie Spina, who's been one of these best performers all night, found the gap. Peter Mortimer had dropped back for the kick. Michael Potter was caught on the inside off balance. Terry Lamb tried to get there, but Wayne Chalice finished it off well. It was well read as Steve Morris went to get up to play the ball on the 6th tackle. All the Canterbury defence had dropped back for the kick, trying to protect their quarter line. Melrose very quickly found the ball out wide with a long ball. McGann caught out Andrew Farrer, who maybe just hesitated, could have been the man to cut off the movement. Spina, a beautiful ball to Chalice. He had plenty of room to move in. He had the defence on the wrong foot, and an excellent finish.
David Smith. Strikes it. It's unsuccessful. So the score remains Canterbury 10, Eastern Suburbs 12. He's tackled midway between the quarter and the halfway. Eastern Suburbs end. Pat Jarvis on the charge. And there's the hooter. The referee has heard it. And that's the end of the section for Canterbury in this competition. Eastern Suburbs have come up with a sound win, and the scorers for them have been McGann and Chalice a try, Smith a couple of goals, Lamb and Mortimer tries for Canterbury, and Lamb a goal. 12 points to 10. Eastern Suburbs have defeated Canterbury Bankstown in the third quarter final here at